So as always, greetings from Pennsylvania and greetings from the Union Canal once again. You just watched my previous video. We did another section of the Union Canal because I did a lot of explaining at the beginning of that video about our progress, dealing with private property and things like that. Yeah, we're gonna continue on today. We just did the section that had locks 35 and 34 in them. We're here at Cozier's Christmas Village, which is an awesome spot during the holidays. Check them out. Maybe I'll put their website down here. Yeah, we just found lock 34 in the previous video. Not much left to it, as is the case with all these locks. But there's the Union Canal, and here's the Towpath Trail. And what's nice about this section is it's mowed, and the Towpath Creek actually is flowing way down at the end of that field. Makes a nice little loop. So I'm thankful that I had permission to walk along this section. And on that note, what I'm going to say in every video where I'm on private property, just because I'm here, it doesn't give you, it's not an open permission for you to come to places like this either. I'm on private property, I got permission to be here, so if you want to be here, you got to do the same thing. So it's not an open invitation for anybody just to come here then, all right? So the goal for this video is to get to locks 33 and 32. Lock 32 I saw when I visited with the one property owner. He took me down there in his side-by-side, and we saw it's kind of buried, not a whole lot to see of it, but the stonework is still there. Lock 33, we'll see. I talked to that property owner. He doesn't really know where it is. He's never seen any evidence of it, so we'll see what we can find for him. But we got a pretty large section here to do today. A lot of it's going to be nice and mowed. One section I know is not going to be. It'll be brambly and muddy, but that's the way it is. All right, let's quit yapping and get going. So once again, just looking back to where we started. And there's our friend, the canal. Kind of filled in at this point a little bit, but you can still make it out. And here's our nice, cleared towpath trail, which is nice. Otherwise, we'd be walking through all these thorns and stuff. I mean, I'll be facing thorns later in this video, but for now, it's nice to have this. Yeah, you think back in the day, once again, there'd be those canal boats flowing down through here, being pulled by mules along this path. But wow, it is a beautiful spring day. Today is April 5th, Tuesday. Looking down our canal again. Need to find a place to eat some lunch too. In the previous video, we were walking in the creek, Towpath Creek, for most of it, and that kind of wore me out. Walked about a mile upstream against the current. But this section is beautiful. It's amazing. Yeah, if only all the sections of the Towpath Trail were like this. If you've been with me in this whole series, you know that some of the sections are just completely overgrown. Difficult to make any progress. There's water on both sides of this, but the canal is actually over here. But that's part of the adventure, though, having all these different types of terrain that we have to explore through to see the remains of the canal. Some are beautiful, maintained sections, some are completely overgrown, or some are non-existent, some were flooded by Blue Marsh. So all different types, all part of the adventure. Yeah, you should be able to hear the spring peepers. There's a red-winged blackbird. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Alright, just past another property line. If I remember correctly, this section here is actually still owned by the federal government, the Army Corps of Engineers, I believe. small stretch of it here. And we have all these beautiful wildflowers down here. I showed these in the previous video, these yellow ones. They're called lesser celandine. Beautiful splashy yellow all along this wet area. This is not the canal right here, it's just another like a little drainage ditch on this side of the canal. That's the way we came. It's just carpeted with those yellow flowers out there. Yeah, this is the canal right here. And up here is a section that's still full of water. So you get an idea of what it would look like back then. Back in the day, the 1800s. Of course, you remember the dates, you know, roughly 1828 to 1884 for the Union Canal. At least this section of it. Yeah, just thinking, this just might be one of my favorite sections I've been on. The fact that you have actually filled with water, the canal. Nice mowed trail. Just gives you a real look at what it looked like back then. Of course, the Towpath Creek, we're gonna meet up with it soon again. It's just down there along the edge. Gotta keep our eyes open for Lock 33. I have some rough GPS coordinates for where it might be. I would like to try to find any remains of it because the landowner was kind of curious about that. He had never seen any remains of it back here. Beautiful section. Still looking for a lunch spot too. Yeah, so a great place to sit and have lunch. Of course, we'll have my peanut butter and honey. Of course, this is, I found the dark chocolate again. Dark Chocolate Dreams, it's called. Peanut butter and honey. Yeah, still enjoying my lunch, and you can really hear the spring peepers off in the distance there. It's a beautiful sound in the spring. I'll make it quiet again. Yeah, I thought I heard another frog down here earlier. I think it was a pickerel frog. They have a unique sound. Alright, by a little bit we're going to get going again. Gotta head back up that way. Keep our eyes open for Lock 33. Yeah, there's some construction. Some of that beeping you hear is not the frogs. Must be some construction work or something. Yeah, once again, I just love this section. You could take a kayak through here. You get one down this point. Alright, so I do have the rough coordinates that I got online for Lock 33, so we'll try and keep an eye on that. See if that's up here somewhere. I just love those peepers. Oh, now they're quiet. Alright. Alright, so we're losing our water here. There's definitely an area on the hillside there that's been quarried out. Maybe for making a lock. Don't see anything through here yet. Usually it narrows a bit too where there's a lock, so we're kind of looking for that. Nearing the spots that I have for GPS. So they're just rough GPS coordinates, comparing an old historical map to a modern map, so not necessarily the most accurate thing in the world. We're closing in on that location. I just don't see anything If there is something here, it's just completely buried. Alright, so this spot here looks intriguing. You can see, I know, a lot of with the locks there's like a raised area. Same with over there, and it kind of definitely narrows here. So I wonder if this is the location. I'm gonna walk up just a little bit further yet, but I'm liking this spot right here. Obviously, there's no stonework left, but we'll keep we'll go up a little bit further, check things out. So I had walked up quite a bit further. If I come back to this spot, I'm pretty sure this is where the lock was. Like I said, it kind of narrows down pretty much here. From here to over there. There's just no stonework, it's filled in. So once again, here's like the start of it, just over there where that tree is. So I think it's within like 100 feet or so of my rough estimate, so I'm going to claim this as lock 33. Yeah, so once again, like I said, I think this is the entrance right in through here, and this is where one wall was, this raised area right here. And over there you can kind of see a raised area. I think that's the entrance in. Best I can do. That's the way it is with some of these locks. There's almost nothing left. That one was pretty buried, and the stonework is there. When we get to lock 32, I know the landowner showed me that one a couple weeks ago, and there's just a few of the stonework pieces sticking up out of the ground. The rest of it's just completely buried due to, you know, the Towpath Creek overflowing and filling it with mud and stuff like that. So there's not always like a deep, you know, cut where the lock was and all the stonework. It's just the way it is. That's my best guess. It's like I said, it's roughly within 100 feet of what my rough estimates I got online were for me just researching. So that works. And then once again, just a beautiful spot out here. We just lost our water. The canal's still over here, but now it's just thorns and stuff. But right, onwards to lock 32 then. Towpath Creek is down that ways. But it's going to do a loop up this way, back towards Christmas Village Road. And lock 32 is up that way. And we're going to lose this nice manicured trail at some point too. We're going to be fighting the briars and the thorns and the brush and the mud again. And here's a beautiful section. Down there's the canal again. And then right over there's the Towpath Creek. Yeah, we're kind of in someone's backyard right now, so I'm trying not to film their house or anything for their privacy. But I'd love to have the Union Canal in my backyard. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so here we are. We join up with the creek again. Our old friend, our other old friend. The Union Canal is one friend. Just glad I'm not having to walk through the creek anymore, like we did in the other video. See, but here they are side by side again. Yeah, and our manicured trail ends up here, it looks like. Boom. Yeah. Hello, Thorns. What's that song, you know? Hello, silence, my old friend. Hello, Thorns, my old friend. Alright, I'm not gonna sing for you. Alright, but all good things coming to an end, I guess. Alright, some more thorns here, but I am now actually in the canal. Trying to get through some thorns here. Let me get back to you. Yeah, for the most part, it's a little easier walking right in the canal. The Towpath Trail is actually right up there, but it's pretty overgrown. Yeah, it's warming up. Had to shed a layer. It's not too bad in here, though. Onwards to lock 32. Well, there is a cardinal up there. Let me try and zoom in on that. Alright, no cardinal. It flew off before I could zoom in on it. Yeah, here we are, walking right in the canal. Yeah, and here we have a section with water again. Yeah, look at all the beautiful yellow flowers out there. There's some. They're all down in this meadow. Of course, out there's the Towpath Creek. Just down below us here is another new spring wildflower. These are Spring Beauty. They're popping up already. All right. Let's keep going. Looks like we can walk up on the Towpath Trail again here. Things are getting thorny again. I do have some thicker pants on today that kind of repel the thorns. My legs, not so much the rest of my body. Alright, I gotta find a way through this. These are not thorns though. These down here are though. Alright. Just got a bunch of skunk cabbage coming up. Good to see the skunk cabbage, because we've seen it in some other videos already this spring, but it's growing here too. Alright, so our terrain is constantly changing. Our canal actually is going up through this way. It's completely swamped out, filled in at this point. The Towpath Trail, probably where those bushes are, is the Towpath Trail. And there's some sycamore trees way up there. That's probably where it is as well. Surprised I have to make my way along the side of this hillside. It's all swampy in here. So we are actually walking through the canal at this point, although you would hardly be able to tell. Completely filled in. The Towpath Trail's gone. Looks like there's a field over there, so I'm guessing over time it all got plowed up. The Towpath Trail, and this just filled in. Or maybe they bulldozed the Towpath Trail into the canal, I don't know. It's hard to say. But time takes its toll on these historical places. It's actually not too bad walking through here. I thought it'd be a lot swampier. Alright, I'm back on the hillside, but amidst all the thorns and things, I see another early spring wildflower. It's another yellow one. This is a Trout Lily. They bloom in April too. They always hang their head down low, so you have trouble seeing them sometimes. Down here's a whole bunch of those Trout Lilies. Check them out. Alright, we gotta keep going now. Gotta watch out for some of these trees too. Check out the thorns on that puppy. Don't want to just run right into that thing. All right. The dangers of following the Union Canal, and the beauties too. All right. So swamp to our left, thorns to our right. Looks like I'm gonna try and make our way up that hillside again a little bit. Once again, this is the canal running through here. It's just completely swamped out. Alright, but lock 32 is up there. We just gotta bust through some thorns and who knows what else. There's a big sycamore tree on top of it, so we'll recognize that tree before we even see the canal. Alright, so having spent quite a bit of time down in there, I'm glad the landowner, like I said about 2 weeks ago, the landowner took me down here, showed me where lock 32 was. Even though I would like to think that I would have been able to find it on my own, which maybe I would have, but yeah, considering it's mostly buried, and not in just the mud, but in all this brush and stuff, I'm glad he showed me where it is. Like I said, you might just walk right past it. You'll see it when we get to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's not much showing. Alright, but I was beginning to wonder if I'd walk past it or something. I'm just kind of walking along the fence road now. Canal is right there. You see the elevation change here? That would also signal a place to stick a lock. Because one of those locks or where the, for the elevation changes in the canal. Yeah, right here it is. Get the thorns off me. You say, where? Well, it's buried. But I remember this log. I had to walk across here. Came down here with the landowner. Thorns, the ever-present thorns. Ah, they're stuck all over my back. Hold on a second. I'm being attacked. All right, we are free of the thorns. We look just over the tree here. Check it out. That's the entrance to the lock right there. That's the curve of the stones. All this looks like most of the stonework is there, but of course it's buried. Nice convenient tree here. And so the canal would have gone right through there. And over where that big tree right there is, there's more stonework buried over there. But right here is lock 32. Just completely buried. But it looks like a lot of the stone is still there. Maybe further up it's gone, but it would continue up for quite a ways. But look, it is just completely flooded, swamped, and thorned out. But there it is. That's what I'm saying. If I was coming through here on my own, I'm sure if I would have seen that. So there it is, lock 32, or what we can see of it. All right, so there's looking back the way we came from, because I walked along the fence for a little bit more. That's the canal right there. And then of course, as we turn around, make sure my backpack doesn't fall in the swamp. Right there's lock 32. You almost wouldn't know it's here. But we got the GPS coordinates. That's what we need. All right, I am not walking through that, so I'm gonna make my way back up to the fence road. We got a little more ways to go. You might hear a little traffic. That's Christmas Village Road. We gotta make our way up to that road. And Naomi is parked just over that hill somewhere on the driveway, so I could get to her from here, but we're gonna finish this section up to where we can easily access the road. So it gives us an easy access for the next stage of this series. So there is an old foundation up here. This is interesting. It's going to be held in by some metal stakes. But I noticed these blue flowers. That's called periwinkle. That's what I grew up calling it. It goes by other names. They're not native, so it's kind of indicative of a home site. These look like, that looks like the stones that make up the locks of the canal, to be honest. That's what that looks like. Because up here is like a chimney stack. Or maybe a fireplace of some sort, but yeah, something was here. Old galvanized tub half buried down there. Most of these locks had a lock house nearby too. I mean, something was here. Alright. Alright, so we are back in the canal again. Looks a little bit more canalish once again. But just over here, see that little rise in the ground? There's our Towpath Trail. We haven't seen the Towpath Trail for a while. It's kind of been destroyed or flooded out, but it's back again. It's like I said, not too much further, but get this little section done yet. Yep, there's the towpath. Alright, gotta find a way around these. And we're once again walking on the Towpath Trail. And down there's the canal again. And our road is actually just right up there, but I can't cross here, so keep going a little bit more if we can. One last look at the Union Canal for today. There's the canal and Towpath Trail, it's just across. But our road is right up here. This is where I'm gonna get off. More thorns. All right. And I just gotta remember this little stone entrance to the driveway here. This is where we'll start next time. Yeah, a little bit of traffic there, but this is where I'll start the next time, our next journey. I'll park further down, do a road walk to here, and we'll make our way back along the canal. A lot of this section is right next to the road. And looked like not too difficult section to walk through. So, man, it's been a long day. My legs are sore, my back hurts, I'm bleeding. That means you've had a good day. So it's actually a long section we did today. We did the 2 videos, but good to get this stuff done. All right, call it a success. So I just got to do a little road walk back up to where I parked. So always, thanks for coming along, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for coming along.